Oh shit! Why is that all the way up there? Hello. Um. Good morning. Morning. Good afternoon, everyone. No one. Literally no one. Even Stream Elements was like, nah, not today, mate. Right. Today we are doing more shell shit. So, I think the best way to describe it would be to show you. I currently have this, and this. All the patterns around it are done, and those four pieces are actually glued together on my floor as we speak. Right now I'm doing those two. Those are going to get done now, and then if we have time I'm going to do those two, and then later on maybe these two, and then all six of those can be painted, and then I'm going to glue them all together on the stream tonight. That is the plan. That is what we will do. So, exciting times. I'm going to have a shell, mate. It's going to be great. And and then I've got to do all the underparts, like the underarm bits and what have you. And then, let's see. There you go. Why did I click off that? But yeah, all these bits here need to go on, and these inner shell bits as well. They'll help to inform the shape of the whole thing. Like, just in general terms. And I'll attach them to the shell as we're building. That's going to be a given. And then we'll work out sticking it to the front part there, because at the moment the way the front part is, it looks like a bit of a buggy board, like a surfboard, and I want it to be more shaped like that is. Like that's a curve, isn't it? So I want it to be more like that, and so these attaching to it are going to help that like a lot. So yeah, so I'm also communicating with Matt, who I'm doing my I've got the 3D printer running in the background. That's the noise you can hear, is not only a fan cooling me down, but the fan and the noises from the 3D printer. You'll hear like and what have you, and it's not RoboCop, I assure you. If it was, that would be cool as fuck. That'd be miles better than the truth. So yeah, I'm gonna get these cut out and stuff. Let me put the light on. There, now I can be illuminated. And same as yesterday, I'm gonna just cut like very shallow canals around all these guiding lines I've drawn terribly, and then we're gonna heat it up with the heat gun and shape it a little bit, which will make it easier to sort of carve out the canals. I'm calling them canals for lack of a better term. And I've been getting increasingly frustrated with that. Like the way that they're coming out has been like really sort of, shit. I've been upset with the way they've been coming out. And then I stuck those other parts together, like I say, like on those four bits in the shell are stuck together now, and they look really good now that they're sort of, they've got the primer paint on them, so they're like just coloured black, they're coloured back. And because they're all together, they're looking like surprisingly good to the eye. Like individually, if you get right up close, you can see all the sort of like imperfections that have been annoying me. But once it's all together in like one piece, it's been like, oh, that's come out. Yeah, anyway, once it's all together, your eye is distracted from all like the little imperfections. Even my eye, even my uber critical eye, is distracted from the imperfections, and you see it as like a whole. So gladly, the effect that I've gone for has worked, and it's, you know, it's actually working. So like, I couldn't be happier with it. Now it's all coming together. It was such a frustrating like thing, but I think I've been mostly frustrated with the printer and not being able to get that running properly, in particular because I've got like an actual commission running on it, so it's been like uber stressful, and like, yeah, I've been real worried about it and stressing about it, and then I've finally got it working. Hello, Naz. And I've spent 2 hours on a video call with Mr. Wizard. Shout out to Mr. Wizard. I wonder if he's the one YouTube viewer I've got today. Like helping me sort out my settings, and so going forward I should get some nice neat prints. So we'll see. But yeah, he's been a big help today. He's also told me some very exciting confidential information that I will not share. See, Mr. Wizard, you tell them snippets and you leave them wanting more. Oh, he's gone. It probably wasn't him, and then I scared the YouTube viewer, whoever it was. Like, they know I'm here. And I'm not interested. But yeah, very exciting. Very happy for you, Mr. Wizard. And yeah, you've helped me a lot today, so thank you very, very much. Oh, Jesus, right. Okay, there we are. Yep, that's worked. I've kept these very minimal on these side plates, and it should speed up the process, and it'll be busy enough that it goes with the other ones and looks good. So, you know. And because the process is dead quick, I'll maybe get all of these plates like prepared today and actually get them like all ready to be stuck together, which I'll do later on. And yeah, let's get a bit of heat on the subject. It's not working quite as well as it did on the last couple. Oh, that's warm. Let's get it. Do that and then get it. Oh, fuck off with your cheap views and bollocks. Right. I'll get rid of you. Don't worry about it, Naz. I'll get it. Oh, you've done it. Right. It's my own fault. I could have gone straight to it, but I never have the app open on my phone these days. I just crack on, and then if it happens, I'll go in. I'll warn everybody not to click on anything or like pay any attention to it. But I still have to remove it from Restream, so it's still here for me. I'll get rid of it. There we go. I'm just waiting for all the built marines to stop having massive kissy sessions. Oh. Oh, look. I'm so happy with like the way the shape's coming out. It's like, it's really shellular. It's shell-tastic. I haven't done the middle bit. What an idiot. Oh. It'll be a lot nicer doing this in the wintertime. It's hot. Oh, oh, ah, oh. Right, okay. That's pulled apart nicely for us. I'll do this one first. Yeah, I'll have to click on that, Naz, because the one thing I can really see is the baked beans. That doesn't really help anyone watching, really, does it? Ah, yes. Space my beans. Got you. Right. Okay, not bad. Ooh. Aircraft going past the house. Can you hear that? I was in a group called Baked Beans in Unusual Places. All that fire has kicked up again on the moors. It smelt like musty kippers and arse last night. Excellent. Excellent news. What's the betting that they find out that it was some bloody chav knobhead with a fag, or some boomer did a campfire or something? that started that fire in the first place. Little backstory is my mother lives up near the moors and everything, and every time you're going over there you always end up with like loads of like tourists and what have you that turn up when the sun comes out. They just drive up there and park their cars, and the National Trust or whatever that like looks after the places have had to start putting signs up saying like no campfires and shit, because people were just turning up and treating it like a free campsite and just leaving shit everywhere. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of them that's ended up like accidentally starting it, thinking they've put it out and then just buggered off and it's just spread. It was unattended disposable barbecue. I kind of feel like I can claim that one and say I called it like that. Like I was incredibly close there, wasn't I? Unreal. If you haven't got like a bottle of water spare to put the bloody thing out properly and take it home with you, then you shouldn't be allowed to even buy matches. Like, my God. Fucking morons. What can I say? It's an annoyance. I remember like when like we were in lockdown and there was all those videos started going around of like farmers and shit going like, you know, I know you're allowed to go out and have a walk and everything, but take your shit with you and, you know, stop littering the countryside sort of thing. And it was like a massive movement on social media. There was just loads of these videos going about and people liking that and going, yeah, that is exactly it. Yeah, brilliant. Where's all that gone? People's memories are short. Like, shorter than they've ever been. Because, like, that... Like, the California wildfires that happened over this summer happened almost in exactly the same way. Like, it was an unintended, like, whoopsie-daisy that set off that entire thing that nearly burnt down Los Angeles. All the farmers were stood with tankers of water at the RAF base last night, bless them. Because a stray ember could cause the same effect even if everything dried. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Like, these people should not be allowed to start fires. The bloody... Our ancestors that discovered fire were more responsible than these utter morons that start fires now. And don't get me started on the morons that do like private firework displays and shit. Like just setting them off in their back garden, like right in front of their faces. And like it's a miracle that hundreds of people don't die every single year in November. And we've got that to look forward to soon as well. Like, ugh. I'm down here in Chav Central, so I'm just going to be like inundated, I'm sure. Because it's real quiet round here now. But I reckon come any kind of like event, you know, like bonfire night, Halloween, whatever it might be, I think there'll be an abundance of activity. I reckon it's like quiet all year round until something happens, is my guess. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm up off the ground and out the way, so I'm not too worried for like my own personal safety, as it were. But I will be keeping my windows shut. That is an absolute given. I'm hoping I get this suit done as well, so I can be a Ninja Turtle for Halloween, which is just fucking excellent. I was Batman last year, and that was cool. But this year, it's turtle time. People who are inept that way on, you're probably better off higher up, because most of the fireworks will detonate on the floor. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. I was thinking, like, I'll shut my window in case they start getting lobbed or something, and then they go off in unpredictable directions, don't they? But you're right, they'll probably just hit the floor and burn them. But again, it's a miracle no one's died. The amount of, like, over the last few years, especially since, like, 2020, where everyone's IQ just automatically went down by, like, 18 points each per person, you know. It's a miracle no one's been killed at these times of year. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm gonna, yeah, before it goes completely cold. Oh, it's gone cold. Need to bring in pyrotechnic licensing. Yeah, they absolutely do. I reckon you should have that license just to buy some fucking matches, to be honest. Just because it's so stupid. The people are so stupid, you know, and it, like... And, like, the restrictions on buying fireworks should be, like, the thing that's... I'm joking about, like, you know, having a license to buy matches, but, like, what really should be regulated is the fireworks. And this should be, like, you know, there should be age limits that are higher than they already are, because clearly, you know, stupidity reigns. And, like, I honestly don't think there should be, like, privately sold fireworks in general. I mean, that's not infringing on anybody's rights to anything except lob a bloody firework at someone else or an inanimate object, and, like, you know, that's all that ends up happening. And if you're licensed because you want to do, like, you're in a pub or you're running a pub and you want to put a firework display on for customers and what have you to bring people in, excellent. You do a little test, you buy some fireworks, done. I just don't think every knobhead should be able to go buy them and just set them off in the back garden, because you're in a residential area and there's other people that live there, and they, like, you could set houses on fire, which has happened, you know, and you could, like, kill people intentionally or not, you know. It's something that shouldn't really be a thing, but sadly, it's one of those things that's gone so far like it is now, that that sort of change would not be accepted. Like, people wouldn't accept that they're no longer allowed to buy fireworks. It just wouldn't work. There's no one that could bring that kind of legislation in, because no one would vote for it. It's not fair on wildlife. No, you're right. Yeah, and yeah, and it is mental that you could just go to Asda and buy an explosive. I don't care if it's mild, if you buy enough of them, for which there is no limit as far as I'm aware, you can blow your house up, you know. You'd have to buy a lot, but a lot of people buy a lot of fireworks, so, you know, it's out of hand. But again, there's going to be no one willing to bring something like that into law. No one. Because all populist idiots, and, you know, I just really, really, really hope that whenever we call the next general election, whenever that is, that, like, Tories or Reform are the ones that do not get in. Please no. See, those are the people I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of, like, you know, people coming in to make new legislation. It's going to be them. That's my fear, is that it's going to be these fucking morons. And the fucking morons that vote them in. Like, how can you not see that, like, you know, they don't give a shit about you. They have investors. They want to serve their investors, not the infrastructure of your country or your council. They don't want to help you with your life. They are not everymen. They are in the pockets of billionaires. Immigrants are a smokescreen. I've said it before. I might sound like I'm trying to suddenly be political, but about 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, it was 2 months ago now, I had someone come into the stream going like, you know what it is, it's these immigrants coming in on the boats. And I was like, right. For a start, this might be anecdotal, but when I was a kid, one of the first things I remember from, like, you know, because when you're a kid you don't pay attention to, like, adult things, especially not, like, on the telly. If the adults are watching the news or something, you get, like, you're not interested in that shit. In about 1989, I remember this because it was like the moment I became self-aware, where I was like, oh my god, I'm alive. It's 1989. Millions of people have come before me, and millions of people will come on, like, to this planet after me. And, you know, it was one of those realizations. I was like, oh my god. You know, I suddenly saw the grander scale of things. And in that moment, I suddenly started paying attention to shit. And one of the things I remember is the news going on about immigrants coming in on the boats. In exactly the same way as they're reporting the immigrants coming in on the boats today. And everybody's acting like this is a new thing. It's like, no. And if you look at the numbers, they've been coming over in the same frequency from a lot of the same places as well, because those are the same places that we destabilised in those days as well, that are destabilised today. And it's like, the frequency is exactly the same. The numbers are almost exactly the same. This is not a new problem. And frankly, if it was a problem then, we'd be in trouble now. And we're not. Like, none of that was the cause of any of the stuff that's happening to us now. Otherwise, it would be a lot worse because of the way that people were talking at the time. It was like the end of the world. The end of the world has not happened. So if it was a problem then and the end of the world has not happened, it's not a problem now. Okay? It's as simple as that. I don't know how much simpler I can make it, except for the fact to tell you that if someone on the news starts talking about immigrants and they happen to be a politician, that politician is on the payroll of someone a lot more powerful and a lot more rich than they are. And that person in particular, the person with the funding, we'll call them, does not have your best interests at heart. Does not give a shit about you or your family or where you live or the fact that you can afford it to eat or not. That person is just trying to accumulate more wealth, and they're using Nigel Farage to do it. Okay? Just be aware of that, please, everyone that might watch this. I don't care if you like the dude or you don't like the dude, you're actually going to vote for him, that's fine. We can still be friends, I don't care. What I care about is the truth of the matter. And that is the truth. And fuck those people. Dee. Anyway, rant over. Well, it's not. No, I have more to say, and I probably will. I have a captive audience of one, so I mean, enjoy. Yeah, all of that is absolutely true. I defy anyone to come up with actual evidence that I am incorrect about the fact that, say, Farage, for example, is not working towards the interests of people paying his bills. He acts like he's his own boss. He's not his own boss. The entire Reform Party is in the pocket of billionaires that want your house. They want all your shit. The same people that think that water should not be a human right are the people that are paying politicians to be populists and get fucking idiots to vote them in so they can take everything. And if they were clever, which they're not, like, billionaires are clever enough to make billions, yes. And if they were clever, they'd realise that they've got everything. They actually don't need anything else. They've got everything already. And they could probably accumulate a lot more by being seen to give a shit about people and make affordable housing. For example, if they bought, like, billionaires bought out all the local authority housing companies and then lowered the rent across the board, not only would they still be raking in billions, but they'd also be favourable towards, like, a lot of people. But they don't. They only think about accumulation. They only think about getting more. And because they do that, people are thankfully starting to go like, hang on a minute, this is a bit shit, isn't it? It's like, you know, I don't know, just want them to fix fucking water supply. Yeah. Ow. I'm also loving the amount of raging gammons getting dobbed in for getting pip, but they've been documented putting up flags and fully capable. Yeah. Not only that, but have you noticed that a lot of the raging gammons, as you put it, like raging hams, are out protesting immigrants in hotels, and those same people are being outed by the internet for having, like, like being nonces or bloody domestic abusers and all the rest of it, Like, are you worried about women, are you? You're worried about women. Alright, yeah. Are you worried that they might do all the beating that you won't get to do? Is that what it is, mate? You know? It's like, come on. Like, you can't go like, oh, out this country, all the women. Like, no. Pick one, mate. You can't do both. That's bullshit. Anyway, I need the toilet and another cup of tea. I'll be right back. Yeah, you're right, Naz. Protect the girls. Yeah. From you, mate. Yeah. Just had to drop back in and say that. 1, 2, yeah. Got the other ones now. And I've also done the thing that I said I wouldn't do, and I've marked them so I know where they are and where they should be, and I don't have to worry about storing them out of the way, because that is sensible. And I've made these lines ever so slightly less busy to go along with these outer ones. They're slightly less busy as well than the ones I did in the middle, because doing the ones I did in the middle made me realise I don't need them to be busy at all. They can just be like they are, and your eye gets distracted in the way that it does, etc, etc. Yeah, I feel a little bit better after that rant, and you know, hopefully a few people take that on board and keep it in their minds for later when it's important. You know, get off. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this middle bit that I put in. There's like a tiny D in the middle. Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't know about any of it. What have I done? Okay, I'll do the same with this one now. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad I've sped up this process, because my god, it's tedious. Hang on. Yes, that's where it should be. Right, okay. Okay. What is that thing that I've done in the middle there? That is odd. Okay. We'll go from here. With a very loose guide this time. Okay. I don't need them to be, like, I don't need it to be fully symmetrical or anything, so it's okay. Just need it to be slightly consistent. Heat. There we go. Oh, now I do. Same again. Woohoo! Same again, yay! Woo! Warm. Ooh, oh. Oh. Right. I'm only doing very basic shaping on it because it doesn't need it really, because once it's on it'll be pulled into shape by the rest of it, and I'm still going to be cutting everything out, so it's all good. Yes. Ooh, the bin truck's turned up, I think. I'm assuming that's what that is. It's very noisy. Oh, come on, no, don't do that. There we go. Whew. Nearly lost it. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Get the inside done. Hello, hello, Mr. Wizard. Speak of the devil and he shall appear an hour later. Yeah, I was big upping you for helping me with my printer settings earlier on, mate. So yeah, I very much appreciate that little bit of messing about we did. Been sorting out the CV. Aye. Yeah, I, as promised, have not mentioned any of your exciting things that are happening in general. Flex. You can fuck off with your flexes, you bastards. In jokes. In jokes, mate. In jokes. Me wire. Yeah, this must be the most boring stream. Because I'm hardly saying anything and I'm just going around here. Apart from, you just missed the rant I had about, like, politicians using the quote-unquote immigrant crisis as a smokescreen to let them and their billionaire mates buy out all your shit, etc. So I'm so sorry you missed that, Mr. Wizard. Another cuppa, yeah, he's gone. He's missed it again. Oh well. It's not important. Did I just do that, or is it done? Is it done? No, because I'm not doing that one. I'm doing the inside. There we go. There we go. Right. Nice and smooth, he says. It's so weird how there's like areas of the foam that seem to just not want work. Like just areas, like little tiny bits in places that just don't want to play, and then the rest of it's fine. I wonder if it's like one part of it that I didn't manage to heat up like the rest or something. Not sure. It's alright though. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey. All in one. There we go. Hello. Welcome back, Mr. Wizard. This is pretty much all my stream's going to be today, mate, is just slicing out the bits from the shell parts. And as soon as I've done this, I'll show you what you've done for me today. It's probably not what you're expecting. Because, you know, you're a hell of a lot more organised than I am, Mr. Yeah, loads of fun, mate, yeah. You're a hell of a lot more organised than I am, Mr. Wizard, and you've inspired me to mark out where my actual parts are and what they are. So that's the top left. That's the middle left. That's the middle right, you know. So you inspired me this morning to be a little bit more organised than I normally am. Yes, yeah, oh yeah, I am welcome, Anna. But yeah, I thought you should know. You're having a positive impact on me. Except when you're telling me things like, yes, I was just walking down, I was just like hanging around in the movie studio that I'm working at, and I was having a chat with Michael Bean, We're walking past here. Do you want a coffee? Yeah, we'll have a coffee then. Yeah, we'll just talk about fucking Terminator and aliens then, eh? I hate you, dude. That's like, oh, like I'm so happy for you and like the work you're doing and everything you're involved in and everything. But mate, like it does make me want to like kill me and then you. No, it's awesome. Like I couldn't be happier for you, mate. Because I mean, our conversation started out with like, "Oh wow, what are you doing?" And I was explaining what I was doing, and then you were like, "I 3D print in my shed." Cut to like nearly 3 years later, you know, and like this is what you're doing now. Amazing, like amazing, mate, amazing. You'll get there. It takes time. Yeah, it takes location as well. It's something like I have toyed with the idea of moving somewhere a little bit more metropolitan to like do this a little bit more professionally. Because anywhere metropolitan, even up north, and you end up being involved in more creative industry based work just by default of you being there sort of thing. And especially if you're able to like leave the house and showcase your work and meet people and network and what have you, which is not something that happens in East Cleveland and like the Middlesbrough area and what have you, because it's just like uni and pubs. That's literally it round here. There's a half decent university and a load of pubs. So, yeah, I'm not in the best place to have my skill set. And it'd be great if what I was doing was fully sort of online, as it were. Like I was able to just somehow digitally do all this. Then it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I've toyed with the idea, and I think eventually I'm going to do it and like move somewhere more busy, as it were. See if I can get more busy as a result. Set up a web page, yeah. It's all options. There's loads I can do, definitely, from where I am, and I'm doing a lot of it. And I'm quite happy with the trajectory of things because stuff's suddenly got busy, And the only thing that held me back from all this production that I'm doing now, it was right at the point where things started to like kick off. My bloody printer died on me, didn't it? So I was like, oh my God, stress. And it was just, unfortunate timing, really. I live out in the sticks. I don't think being around people. Well, you're not the only one, mate. Same. But it's an unfortunate side effect, isn't it? But that's the thing. Like you're closer to the activity than I am. Like by about 4 hours. And I love the idea of like moving down there to get more involved and like be more active with that stuff. And like, I mean, for one thing, like we've talked about several times, there's a lot that we could work together on, but I just can't be that far away from my kids, So any metropolitan ideas that I have are going to have to be sort of like York, Leeds, Newcastle, you know, like more nearby type things. I think I was saying to you earlier, there's a movie TV studio in Hartlepool. There's loads of stuff going on in Newcastle. I think Leeds has the same problem as Middlesbrough has, where it's got a real good set of universities and a load of pubs, and it's like an event staging area more than an actual town with infrastructural creative industry activities, as it were. So it's sort of like, it ends up being the venue, not the production of all this stuff. I think a lot of Middlesbrough ends up being that as well, which is where I am now, that area. So I want to be somewhere where the stuff's being made, not shown, if you know what I mean. Do freelance and go to the studio as and when. Yeah, well, that's it. I just need my foot in the door, mate. That's what I'm working on. Is I'm actually just trying to make a few friends, sort of thing, in that in that work environment. And yeah, I like, it's definitely something I've thought about intensely, and I think when I get a few commissions under my belt and I'm like able to pay back my debts and get a bit of a budget in the savings account, as it were, like to do that sort of thing, to like make a decent move, I will. And in the meantime, like I say, I'm quite happy with the way things are going. I'm getting 3D print commissions, I'm getting foam commissions coming through steadily, slowly but surely. So I'm happy with the way things are at the moment. But I'm under no delusion this is a stepping stone as far as I see it. It's like to something else. So, yeah. You ain't going to see me coming, mate. It is who you know. Yeah. I know that just from being a musician, that like, you know, you end up with contacts, and they're the ones that get you in studios or gigs, and you know, and get you in big venues, or get you in touch with a management company that runs a big band, and they'll get you on like a tour schedule type of thing. You know, word of mouth, who you know, it's all that. It's never like, oh, and let me see your musical qualifications. Like, you know, no one asked Lemmy if he had his GCSE in music so he could play like the O2. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's exactly like that, isn't it? You know, no one's asking you if you have a degree in 3D printing so that you can work with like a movie studio down there. You know, you made a contact and they brought you in, and I get that 100%. It's the same across every creative industry. There's no people are asking for your like degrees and your qualifications. They want to see what you've done. They want to see your experience in stuff. You know, like you were saying earlier, you'd made that prop on purpose that correlated with the yeah, exactly. I was waiting for you to say it so I could say it, because it's not up to me. But yeah, you made that chest burster to see if you could get involved with making chest bursters for certain projects. They saw it, they liked it, and again, you were in the right place at the right time, and you happened to know the person to talk to. So, and it worked exactly. And it's, you know, I'm not coming across an opportunity like that in fucking Middlesbrough, mate. You know, it's not going to happen. Even if someone from like the Hartlepool studio happens to be walking down the street, I'm not there with all my costumes and portfolio armed to the teeth to spot that person and go, excuse me, you know. I don't even go to Middlesbrough, so, you know. And like that's another plan I have. My more immediate plan, other than like moving and making a massive life decision, is I'm going to make it to a lot more cons in the coming year. I'm gonna I've made arrangements with a friend of mine to come with me to every one that I can afford to go to film stuff for me, because I'm gonna do the Ninja Turtle, I'm going to improve the Batman suit, I'm going to finish off my Chief and get that working as well. I'm also going to do a Guyver. I don't know if you remember Guyver. That was something I was well into when I was a kid. It is in fact this guy. That's my picture of Guyver that I drew, but I'm going to make that armor, and and I'm going to wear it to a con or something, and so you'll be able to see that I can do creature work as well, because that's essentially what it looks like. It looks like a living armor. I'm now doing a full size burster cast in rubber with a wire body. Yeah, that'll be cool. It's the dream, isn't it, dude? You know. I'm really happy for you, even though I hate you. But yeah, like I was saying before, I haven't made it to like a hell of a lot of cons or anything, which is what most people assume I have done because of the sort of work I do. People are like, oh, cons, have you done cons? Are you going to cons and what have you? And like, I'm like, no, I've been too busy making shit for other people, you know, and doing commissions and what have you. That's changing. This coming year, like maybe even the end of this year, I am going to go to a lot more, as Naz just put it, BO fests, and I'm going to take a friend with me to film stuff. I'm going to make a load of content out of it and go from there, you know. That's the thing. Yeah, marketing, exactly. I've still got a whole bunch of business cards that Naz made me like years ago that are still relevant. They've got like all my email on it and everything that I still use. So I'm going to give them out while I'm there, and I'm hopefully going to make it to some bigger ones that are like multiple days, so I'll wear like multiple different suits and, you know, basically show off what I can do. That's the plan anyway. And yeah, networking, hunt for commissions while I'm still doing that. But the idea, hopefully, is to not do commissions for much longer and actually try and move over into actual content creation, if possible, if all else fails, you know. You've ordered more what cons are good marketing, Supnas. You've ordered more what BO or business cards. So BC, not BO. Yeah, I'll get some new ones done at some point. But I've still got like a box full, you know, you get from Vistaprint, you get those boxes. Still got like a whole box full that I could give out at like Newcastle or Scarborough or wherever, whichever con I make it to. There's a couple at the end of the year, at the back end of the year, that I'm going to try and make it to. I want to get this done so I can Ninja Turtle around the place. And then and then go from there, because I'm fairly confident that I can't hack how people smell in game shops. Yeah, well, you know, that's why you wear like a full head helmet and you know you've got a barrier to that stuff. Put them in local shops. People will pick them up. Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, dude. Up here, there are no local shops like that. Nothing that would remotely bring that sort of thing. Like Games Workshop is the closest thing, and of course they're not really going to be interested in like the sort of thing that I put together. Like, they're certainly not going to be interested in the Warhammer proxy stuff that I do, because then that's like, you know, going against their business market thing. I'll just let you two carry on, yeah. If you made a marine costume, Gav would advertise it. Yeah, I'm sure he would. I like the difficult thing is though, it's like you'd advertise something like that would take ages to make, and then like it maybe wouldn't sell, and it would maybe get me like a commission or two, but I'm also trying to get commissions but not at the same time. I'm trying to get out of doing commissions and trying to move into more just costume making for like sort of content side of things instead. And I'm still going to take them on because I need the money at the moment, so I'm definitely taking them on. But I'm going to shift the business into something else gradually. They're not cheap to make, not even out of foam they wouldn't be. I had a proper look at the thing I've got here. I'll show you. So like, I'll bring this in here so you can see. That's all the pieces, and each file is not a small file. Like, so that's just the left arm, as you can see. A backpack shell only. Look at that. What is all that, you know? So that's the backpack, and it looks all nice and everything, and it's quite detailed, even though it's low poly. But that there that's going to be printed out, that's only half of it as well. So like, you highlight that and it's literally half. To make this would be a massive project. Like, it would take, I would reckon, like longer than a month to make. A lot longer. There's so much more body coverage than like a Halo. Even the Ninja Turtle is full body coverage, but it's a lot less intricate, and there's so many less parts. Like, what is that there? Look at that. With all the dots everywhere. This is a separate thing for just the elbow, so you got to think about how to stick that to your arm. Are you going to stick it to the forearm? Are you going to stick it to the, you know, the bicep part? And then you have to make individual fingers, man. Like, by hand as well. Like, I love the helmet. The helmet looks cool, and I'd maybe make the helmet just to make the helmet and advertise that. Because, I mean, look at it. And then there's those, like, little... I wonder if they've got any of those in B&M, you know, those pipes you can get that you spin round and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I could use one of those for the pipes in the helmet there. It would look really cool once it's painted. Like... Neck. Shin. That's a fairly standard shin to what, so like, it's not far out of my expertise of what I'm used to making. But it's like, it's a massive project, the Space Marine, like huge, and I'd love to make one. I know that's the torso, but I've already gone through the chest, and that is a chest. So there's chest upon chest upon chest. There's like three pieces of like chest plate, chest skull, and then what it reckons is a torso is also a chest, and then there's a stomach, upper thigh. So there's an upper and lower thigh, is there? Oh my god, yeah. So yeah, oh no, I've knocked my turtle off. Never mind. But yeah, it would be massive, and I'm not saying I won't do it, and I'm not saying it's not a good idea. I'm just saying that I would have to put aside commissions and shit to do it. And I'll check my phone in a minute, Mr. Wizard, or do I have to do it now? Okay. Yes, I see that. Why do you have to pour all your flex all over me? It looks good though, mate. Really good. Breakfast. Yeah, so, like, I'm going to get one at some point to disguise the fact that I'm female when I go to events. I mean, why not? Yeah. Right, I need to go get me paintbrush because it's in the sink. 2 seconds. Yes, gushing flex. Add me, Naz, add me on Facebook and Insta. You will be able to see the armour I'm working on to give you some ideas. There you go. That's nice. No, no, no. Come back to me. Don't do that, Mr. Hexflex. There we go. I'm purposely leaving the edges light because I want the paint to be like dark around the middle, and then as you get to the edge, like the outer parts of the plate, I want it to go like lighter. That's just a me preference thing. There's no real reason for that. It's just something I'm thinking about for the future. go. Forgeworks, Inner Circle Studio, my Facebook. Cool, will do shortly. Just work on miniatures, but to a ridiculous ADHD hyperfocus scale, which is entirely true. Yes. Until you don't anymore. When your ADHD shifts focus, and you'll just be like, Warhammer, what's that? Looking forward to that day when you've got like a whole shitload of Warhammer and you're not interested in it anymore. Pitch, I'm medicated now. Yeah, I know. It's not a fucking cure though, is it? But no, it's good. I hope you don't get like bored of it. I hope you carry on. Like honestly, because you're really good at painting those miniatures and they're coming out really well. So I really do hope you stick at it. Because they all come out really well and it's only going to get better. This is literally, you are now, and you're already really good, but you are literally now the worst you'll ever be at this. Which is what I tell myself every day. You are right now the worst you'll ever be. Because obviously, you know, it goes without saying, you only get better at these things as you progress and, you know, crack on with everything. So, yeah, genuinely. Carry on, carry on. 'Cause nothing really matters, as one famous Freddy once said. Right. And do you know what? I think I have the mental energy to do the last two plates. So I'm going to pop these down on the floor with the rest of the shell, and then they can dry. What's that one? That's the left. This one's the right. I'll be just a moment. Yep. Here we are. Last two bits. Right, what have I missed? Sorry, while I was waffling on. I'd be able to sell it for loads though, laughing my fucking ass off. ADHD for the win. My hyperfixation shifts all the time. I'm going to do some games and scare fully grown men. So that's something to look forward to. Keep at it. Practice makes perfect. Thank you, Dad. I still do not have the mental capacity to put together my last two centurions. It's fair. It's, you know, it's like, I couldn't do it. Like, I can't paint something that small. Like, painting is my Achilles heel, I think. I just want to make the things and then let someone else that, like, has a bit more of an eye for that type of thing do all, like, the painting stuff, because my painting is minuscule at best. you know, talent-wise. But I was always like that as a kid when I was drawing stuff. I never coloured anything in. I hated colouring books because I wanted to draw the lines. I didn't care about the colour. I wanted to be the one drawing it. So yeah, I was never interested, to my detriment, because now obviously I could really use that skill set that I'd neglected all those years, you know. It's the build for them, however, whoever designed the spur cut and assembly was a sadist. I've been a part of the hobby for 27 years. Take your time. Don't rush it. I used to do Necrons when I was a teenager, but my mum binned them all. People are buying my bases still, so that's something. Yeah, because you've took the time to like properly decorate them, not just painting, but you've done you've put foliage on them and all sorts. So they're all coming out really, really well. And I'm not surprised at all that they're selling, because they've come out very aesthetically pleasing. How many have I done on there? 3. Yeah, I'll do 3 on this one as well. We'll keep it symmetrical, won't we? Bottom left. Bottom right. There you go, Mr. Wizard. Look at that organisation, mate. Oh dear, right. I've got bloody paint on everything now, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm going to knock it on the head after this one. I've done a couple of hours, or will have by the time this is done, I think. Oh great, the ragbone man's here, yeah. What's that, mate? Alright. And what's mean? Oh, it means rag and bone, does it? The only people that are allowed to be rag and bone men are people that don't know what consonants are. They get on their little tannoy system and just shout, and it's just like an unspoken thing that you're supposed to know what that means. Oh my god, what the hell? Okay. He sounds out of breath today. Well, he's been doing a lot of activity, hasn't he? And also, hasn't he got a bit of hay fever? I wonder if there's a bit of pollen in the air today. Oh shit, I forgot to do the pulling apart thing before I started. So the one thing with this craft foam from Polyprops is it doesn't retract naturally if you heat it up. You have to pull the bits apart or they stick back together. Someone explain to me. That'll have to do. It's hot now. Crikey. Ooh. My. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was. Christ. Got excited because my eBay has released the funds for the thing that I've sent, that I've sold. So £20 for me, thank you. I shall take that immediately. Where the hell? Why is it not in my balance? Oi! Give me my fucking money. Just had a call, he's been rejected for wheelchair services. Yeah, that's that is more than annoying. Wait, what? Oh, that's an old message. Thank Christ. Okay. Sorry, I got a notification. I thought it was because the thing had been delivered. And what it was it was sending me an old notification. No, it's been delivered. Funds pending. Pending what, mate? I mean, my balance on the... Ah, for Christ's sake. Fantastic. And I burnt my wrist for that. I'm getting a blister now. Fucking arse-tastic. I thought we were over this eBay. Anyway. Let's try and get this last bit done, because then it's done, and then that's all the inner shell completely sorted. And then I have a choice to make. Do I do all the outer shells in the same way as I've done this, but on a smaller scale, which will take me forever, because there's like 20 fucking pieces to do? Or do I just leave it and let them just be sort of soft, like, not soft, smooth shell parts, you know? That's a choice. I'll have to have a look once it's all together, really, and we'll go from there. My God, my wrist hurts now. Just fuck. Ow. Go. Sorry, I've gone all quiet because I'm in, like, searing pain from the burn and blister that's happening as we speak on a very busy area of my... Yep, there it is, nice and blistery. Right there, on top of the paint blob. Fantastic. I say searing pain. I'm being a wimp. It's not searing pain. It's just annoying. It's that annoying sting that you can't not think about because it's there. That's all it is. So I'm annoyed. That's that's what's going on. I'm not really in searing pain. I'm just annoyed by the sting. There we go. Ugh, fuck. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm nearly done. Oh, like... Okay, 3 more cuts to do and we're home free and no more, because I've already made my decision. I'm not doing the outer plates because it'll just take forever and I can't be asked. So it's going to have to just live as it is, and I'll maybe paint them on. I'll paint some rings on them instead. Yeah, because this has been laborious and I'm really looking forward to the next 30 seconds or so where it'll be over. Oh, it's going to be longer than that. Bastard. Oh, I've made a mess in my haste. Oh, what a mess. Who cares? Don't care. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Goodbye. Goodbye, Shell. Done. Don't care. Leave me now. Ah, yes. Quite. Ah! Oh my god, I overheated it to a point where it was crispy and it stuck to my skin. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, you stay there, right? I'll do the other one. The shock. Right. It's sticking. Whew. There we go. Right. You go over there. Okie dokie, where's the... I just picked up my rotary tool like I was going to pour paint out of it. go. That is the sound of victory. Right. That was tedious and laborious and horrible for the last few days, trying to get all these bits done and everything. Oh, that's the left. And that's the right. Okay. Yeah, but it's done. And I'm going now. And then I'll be back on tonight. I don't. Yeah, I will. I'll be back on tonight, and we'll glue it all together. And I'm going to give the head another layer of the amphibious paint, and then I don't know whether to crack on with the hands or whether I crack on with the muscles on the arms. I think like the shoulders and biceps, I think I want to do next, because they are going to be quite significant and they are going to need to be done, I think. And also when it comes to painting the green on those bits, I'm not going to wait for the Hexflex to dry like I have done, you know, through no planning with the head. I'm gonna make sure that it mixes this time, because the head part's cracked a little bit, so I think that unfortunately is going to be the way. So I am very tempted to just put a little layer of Hexflex on the head and then give it another layer of green, so that it intertwines with it like it has done in the past, and makes like a flexible layer. Because that's something that I discussed with Polyprops themselves on the phone one time. They rang me because there was like a discrepancy, and at the time were a bit smaller of a company than they've ballooned into now. So I was talking to the guy and I was like, you know, I'd love to work with you or something. And I said, oh, we've stopped doing like sponsorships. I was like, oh no, not in a sponsorship type of thing. Like, I just love your stuff and I talk about it all the time. And, you know, and I just wondered if there was any capacity or whatever. And then I was talking to them about the, like I said, I love the Hexflex stuff. I've used emulsion and it's mixed into the Hexflex and it's made it flexible. And they were like, really? That's really interesting. And I said, yeah, because it really does. It just, like, I don't know the physics behind it or anything, but it mixes into, like, the, you know, I've got to take this off while I'm talking. It mixes in with the, you know, the chemical makeup of whatever paint you're using, and it turns it into that rubbery sort of stuff that it dries it up as, which, like, oh my god, just get rid of this label. Like, yeah, there. That's just a piece of really old, really dry hex flex, and it just stretches. Like, that's dry paint, and it takes a lot to break it, but it just stretches. And like, if you've got moving parts on your cosplay, there's nothing better. So the plan is to try and mix the hex flex with the moving parts of my turtle, whatever paint I use, which is probably going to be this Johnson's amphibious stuff. But yeah, because it's moving parts, it's going to need to be mixed with the flex stuff. So yeah, I've got to plan that a little better than I have been. So, rambling over. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you for chatting with me, Naz and Mr. Wizard. Thank you, the people that watch these back later on. I know there's a couple of you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye for now. I'll see you in a few hours.